I got this little stand for, it looks like it's for a stage light, but obviously the light wasn't with it. And I got this over at a thrift store for $1. And when I saw this nice friction hinge on it, I figured I could use this to make a really low profile little camera or light mount. So after I picked this up, I just had to design and 3D print a little part to adapt it to a 1/4 20 screw. So I printed this part, and I had a couple of these inserts laying around, these 832 little inserts that I could melt in place. So I designed it to hold those, and then I made the little other hole for a 1/4 20 socket head screw. So here I am just putting these inserts in, and then I'm going to heat them with just a standard soldering iron. This kind of gives you a lot of control over doing this, so you don't overheat them and get them to where they're just molten. So you just kind of apply steady pressure until they seat to where you're happy with them. And you just want to make sure you don't touch these because they'll be hot for a couple of minutes afterwards. I was trying to get these flush. Takes a little bit of force to get them started, but once that iron heats those up, they just go right in like butter. Now this screw, I bought a stainless steel 1/4 20 socket, and just checking to see if these line up. Now I tried to make this overlap a little so the screw could never fall all the way out. So I kind of offset it a little bit. And my goal also was to make the bracket as small as possible. So it was a little tighter, but I did not want to ream it out because I wanted it to really hold in place. So now that sticks up just the right amount to fit into pretty much any camera. That's basically all there is to it. Just a nice little adapter that's nice and rigid. Lets you have that full range of motion. And just a nice low profile. It's even smaller than my other little folding tripod that I had been using. So it's probably 50% smaller than this one. Now I can use this one for a camera or some other use. And being that that screw is not glued in place, when it snugs up all the way, you should still have a little bit of range of motion. So that'll give you your left and right pan, and then the hinge will give you your tilt up and down. But for a light, it's not that important. It's just flooding an area, so really you just need up and down on that. You can see that's nice and rigid. That hinge is very strong. Probably takes 5 or 10 pounds of force to move it around. So this should really help with macro photography and doing some color stuff. But that's about all there is to it. Not bad for $1 and a little bit of work.